Hi, Mike Callahan here discussing piece rate. I know a lot of you guys are asking how we implement piece rate and utilize Service Autopilot, so I got a quick video here, probably about a 4-part video series. If you have any questions, leave the comments down below. I'd be happy to get back to them. So basically, how to compensate your employees by the job or the budgeted man hours to create a win-win situation for your employees as well as your company. The benefits of piece rate: you'll be aligning your goals of the company with your employees. Usually it's an antagonistic situation where your employees basically want to keep a pulse alive for 40 hours so they can get overtime, and the company always wants to have them to hit their budgeted times and get the job done as quick as possible. Now, with piece rate pay system, we're paying by the job or the budgeted man hours. The employees want to get the job done just as quick with a quality standard. So now we've aligned our goals, and instead of basically the management beating up and fighting back and forth with the staff in the field, our goals are aligned and we're working as a team to achieve a common goal of being more productive and getting the best possible quality in the field each and every day. Your employees, as a benefit of this, will start acting as owners and taking ownership. They're going to come up with new innovative ways to save time, and they're also going to take some more pride in the work. So if Mrs. Smith has her garbage can down by the curb and we know we're making a lot of money at Mrs. Smith's house, your crews most likely are probably going to grab Mrs. Smith's garbage can and bring it up to her house because they want to keep her happy in order to keep making more money on that job if she's very profitable. So your employees within your company will realize where the most profitable jobs are, and if they're smart, will probably take an extra few minutes to ensure that job stays on the route because they're actually benefiting from it. Now your crews have a personal stake how much they make in each job, so they're going to make sure the job's done right the first time, because when we institute a quality standard, they're going to have to go back and fix the job if the job's not done right the first time, which is going to lower how much money they're making per hour on average. Wasted time is now limited. Morning Circus, when the crews get out of the shop, I suggest giving them 10 to 15 minutes shop time to load their truck, make sure you get the appropriate equipment, check the oil in the trucks and whatever else you deem necessary in the morning. In my experience, the crews seem to get there a little bit early. The chit-chat is pretty much eliminated because they want to get out of the shop as soon as possible to beat the morning hour rush. So after they're done checking their trucks and make sure they've got everything, the next thing we saw is frequent stops at fast food restaurants or gas stations in the morning are all but eliminated because they're not getting paid for the extra stops to the gas station or McDonald's to grab breakfast. Obviously, you need to check with your labor board in your state. You got to give them their normal lunch and 15 or 20-minute breaks or whatever is required in your state, which obviously we want to stick to the letter of the law and make sure we're working with our employees to give them the state mandated breaks. But anything outside of that, we found that our employees now are eliminating those stops and making wiser choices. So if they are going to stop at a gas station to grab a drink on a 90-degree day, they're stopping at the closest gas station. They're driving 15 minutes across town. You asked, next thing, what about quality? Well, if implemented properly, the job is set to a quality standard before we implement piece rate. So we're very candid with our crews. This is what is expected as far as quality. If we're in a home cleaning situation, all the baseboards need to be dusted every time we're there, or in a lawn mowing situation, the patio needs to be blown off if there's one in the back of the property. This system encourages the right kind of employee and allows you to build a superstar staff. So what I mean by this is this system rewards employees that take ownership and hustle all day. If you have an employee that literally his goal is just to get a paycheck and make 40 hours and possibly some overtime, this system will obviously raise a red flag, and that employee literally will stick out amongst the others. It's probably not a good fit for your company. At this point, we found it very successful to try to mentor this employee that maybe doesn't stick to the system as well and is not as motivated, to see if we can get them on board with our culture and have them work within those budgeted times. But if we can't get them on board, then we obviously end up letting them go, because our goal is to build a team of superstar employees, and this system fosters the right kind of employee. And it's obviously if it works, it's going to end up letting you pay these employees more money over the time of the summer or the whole entire season if you're working in the home cleaning industry. So you can raise their pay and everyone wins. So by implementing a piece rate pay system, you can raise the crews raise probably by about 75 cents to $1 an hour is what I've found. By creating a system that rewards the employee that's connected to the budgeted time and doing the job right the first time, we've created a new culture now that is going to just really, like I said it before, align your goals of the company with the employees. So now we're working as a team to foster a really productive job that's profitable for everyone. So the employees are only going to make money when the company does, and now you're on the same team. It's not uncommon that we find most companies, after implementing a piece rate pay system, realize that they're only operating at probably 65 to 70% efficiency. So what I mean by this is, once you implement a piece rate pay system, you may be able to add an extra, say, 30 or 35% more work to that crew without adding an extra employee or piece of equipment. That's what we found here in our company internally, and I think we were able to bill out an extra $65,000 or $70,000 of billable work per summer without adding an extra piece of equipment or employee. So obviously that went right to the bottom line, but our employees were able to make more money with the extra budgeted hours we gave them. So when we profited as a company, the employees also profited. So it was a win-win for everybody, and it really changed the culture of our company. So it's one of the reasons I would really suggest considering implementing this piece rate pay system. So what's next? In the next video, I'm going to show you how to implement the piece rate pay system 100% to get 100% buy-in, how we use Service Autopilot to maximize results and track payroll. And my closing thoughts: is it possible that your crews are wasting 5 minutes a day over, say, a 20 jobs a day? So for a 2-man crew, that equates to 3 hours and 20 minutes a day in wasted idle time that you are not billing. So if you take that 3.3 man hours a day times 5 days equals 16.65 hours a week of wasted time that you're not billing. If you took that 16.65 hours times a week times 34 weeks in a lawn care season, it's 556 wasted non-billable hours in a season over 34 weeks. So with piece rate, there's two ways of looking at it, but if you took those 556.1 hours and had a break-even point of $33 per hour, so all your costs before you make any money, that would equate just in save time, extra profit of $18,681 if you did not add any more work to the job schedule. Or another way to look at it is, if you've had these wasted 561 hours or 556 hours and you charge $50 per man hour, so $50 per man hour times 556 hours of idle time right now that you could add man hours to your crew each year, that would equate out in an extra $27,800 in straight profit to the bottom line. So the next sequence, we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but just a little food for thought. If you were wasting 5 minutes a job, 20 jobs a day over a 30-week season, or a 34-week season, I'm sorry, if you didn't want to add any more work, you could save $18,600 in basically wasted overhead time right now that's idle, that's non-billable. Or if you wanted to add more work to that idle time right now that's non-billable that you would basically recoup in a piece rate pay system, you could add an extra $27,800 of straight profit to your bottom line. So stay tuned for the next video, and if you have any questions, leave them below. Thanks a lot.